Today, my loves, we are going to make a delicious pan-fried roasted chicken. Yes, indeed, it's a delicious Asian dish. It's seared and fried on each of its sides and then cooked and basted in a delicious, rich sauce. So stay tuned and we'll be back for this delicious dish. Hey my loves, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please go ahead and do so. And don't forget to press that notification bell so you can get weekly updates on all of my beautiful recipes. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share. Let everybody know Jackie's cooking. So, okay my loves, these are the ingredients for our delicious pan-fried roasted chicken. I saw this recipe. My husband wanted to try it. It looked really interesting. I do love Asian food. So, right here we have a whole roasted chicken. Okay. I did make some minor adjustments. We have some sour orange. I made that. The recipe called for lemon juice, but my husband's allergic to lemon, so I use sour orange. Okay, if you can't find sour orange, you just use orange juice and some lemon juice. You got sour orange. All right, so we've got garlic. We have black pepper. We have some honey. We have some scallions, green onion, scallion. We have a medium-sized onion, some brown sugar. We have ginger, and we're only going to need a thumb of that. We have some culantro. Okay, this is another change I made. It asked for lemongrass. I couldn't find lemongrass, but you know, you could use whatever you want, but we'll get to that. Then we have some dark soy sauce, some oyster sauce, and some oil. Okay, so we are going to get started on this recipe. All right, my loves. So we have our roasted chicken. It's already been cleaned and everything. Make sure you clean your chicken. All right, so now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to make a little knot in this culantro, and I'm going to stuff it into my bird. Originally, the recipe had asked for lemongrass, but I couldn't find any lemongrass. Okay, so I wasn't going to give myself no headache to find lemongrass, so I substituted. We have some green onion, aka scallion. Okay. Okay. And we are also going to stuff that into our bird. Culantro, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think in Trinidad and Guyana, they call it shadow benny, if I'm not mistaken. If it's a taste that you don't like with the culantro, you can use cilantro, which I think is a cousin to it, or you can use parsley, whatever tickles your fancy. So now we are going to make our marinade. Now, loves, when I did this recipe, it was fine for me. Okay, I'm using a half a cup of dark soy sauce. But if you are concerned about your salt, except of using a half a cup of dark soy sauce, use a quarter of a cup of light soy sauce and a quarter of a cup of dark soy sauce, and that will cut down on the salt. I didn't see, it wasn't salty for me, but I'm just letting you know. I'm just going according how the recipe was, so I did make some minor adjustments of my own, because that is Jackie, and Jackie likes to make things her own. Okay, so now we're using some oyster sauce. Okay, and also with the soy sauce, please keep in mind, a quarter cup of light soy sauce and a quarter cup of dark soy sauce will still equal a half a cup. Okay, now we're using our sour orange. Okay, and this is our marinade for our delicious bird. And now I am going to pulverize, or just, I just want to get the oils out of my garlic. Okay, garlic is one of my favorites. When preparing anything, I love Asian cuisine. Okay, so we're just pounding that garlic. And my loves, the ingredients are listed in the description box below. Okay, eventually I had to change bowls because I know that bowl was a little too small for this marinade. So now we're adding our garlic, which I pulverized or crushed a little bit. If you don't have one of these here, pestle and mortar, you could just use, just crush it. Okay, just to release the oils from the garlic. Okay, and now we are going to add our brown sugar. Okay, so we're adding our brown sugar, but of course I have to be extra. And if you do not know that by now, you will know now. Jackie's extra. I said, why not add some honey to it as well? Because that's what I wanted to do. Okay, so we're adding about a tablespoon of honey to that as well. We are adding some black pepper. And now we're taking our ginger, and I just want to crush the ginger so we could release the oils from the ginger, and that bad boy is going to go into the marinade too. Beautiful combination, ginger and garlic. Beautiful combination. Okay, all you want to do, if you don't have one of these, again, the pestle mortar, just take a knife, put the ginger under it, and just smash it. Okay, boom. That's it. I'm, again, just going the extra route. Now we're adding our onion that we had cut, okay, into large chunks. Again, we're using this for flavor. Okay, we're going to stir that, and that's going to be our marinade for our bird. Now, when preparing this, I think anytime you let meat marinate overnight is always the best. But but the minimum amount of time I would marinate with this chicken would be at least a minimum of 3 hours. Okay, so you could ensure that all the flavors and the marinade soaks into the chicken. Okay, so I have a bowl and I'm putting it in the plastic bag. I didn't have a Ziploc bag. Okay, so I'm putting it in a bag because if you have a Ziploc bag, that's great. Okay, but I didn't have one. Okay, I'm throwing my necks in there too because I love chicken necks and all that stuff. Okay, so I want to make sure by putting it in a bag, it's going to be well marinated. Okay. And of course it came with the giblets and stuff inside. So I do like to eat those giblets and the neck. So now we are pouring our marinade over our chicken. Okay. And we are going to tie that up well. Okay, we're going to tie it up well. Make sure there's no air just, in there like that. We're going to tie it up well, and we're going to refrigerate it for 3 hours. Okay, and I would definitely lay this on the breast side down. Okay, to ensure that thick part of the meat gets the flavor, okay? So we're going to marinate this for 3 hours and we'll be back. And my loves, also, I want you to keep in mind, this was something that my husband saw. So definitely, as I'm doing this, of course, I made my own adjustments, and I love Asian cuisine, so we're doing this as the first time, okay? It's really good, by the way, too. And because it's my husband's birthday and that's what he wanted, so I said, okay, fine, no problem. Okay, so now, my loves, we are taking out our bird. And we are going to take our bird and we are going to get it ready for our pan, okay? Which we're going to start pan roasting it, okay? I assume this is a Filipino dish, okay? So we're going to take the bird out of the marinade. Do not throw away the marinade. Do not, because we need that marinade, okay? Okay, and now this is our bird, and as you could see, it's nice and marinated. It did get a little darker due to the soy sauce, okay? And what we're going to do now is that we're going to get our pan or whatever you got to fry the chicken in, nice and hot with a little bit of oil. Okay, so we're going to add our oil. We're going to let that bad boy get nice and hot. And we're going to get to work. Okay? Okay, so now we are going to add our bird, and it's sizzling, as you can see, breast side down first into the nice hot pan, okay? We want to create a nice caramelization. Of course, that caramelization is also going to come from the brown sugar, and the sugar that was probably in the oyster sauce is going to create that nice caramelization, and it's going to look beautiful. And I just can't wait for you to see all this whole dish when it comes together. Okay, so to sear it on the side, just pay it mind. Okay, and you just want to keep an eye on it, get a nice color, because what we're going to do is that we're going to get all the sides seared, okay, including the sides. All right, so we fast forward a bit with the magic of editing, and as you can see, this is the beautiful color that it has. So now I'm putting it on its back. Okay, look at that. That is so beautiful. Nice, beautiful caramelization. Now, this is the first time I did this particular dish. I do assume it's a Filipino dish. I did have a friend of mine that who's Filipino. From what I remember way back when, introduced me to a chicken where he was using soy sauce and so forth. But when my husband saw this and he told me about it, I said, that looks pretty good. Okay, so he wanted this. It's his birthday. So I said, you know what? Let me make him a nice birthday dinner. Okay, so now as you can see that beautiful caramelization. Okay, now we did the back. Now we're going to do the sides. And when you're doing this, the searing, depending on how hot your pan is, I think this was about 2 to 3 minutes each on each side to get a nice searing, a nice caramelization. Okay, so now we're doing the other side, as you can see the wings and so forth. And of course, you know, a little bit of that skin will probably stick on, but you know, it's not a big deal. And like I told you all before, do not throw away the marinade, okay? Because you're going to need that marinade. Because once we caramelize the chicken, we are going to pour that marinade into this pan / pot, what have you. And we're going to let it cook down. So, of course, you know, I'm adding my little gizzards and stuff. Especially when it comes to turkey or chicken, I always like the necks and the gizzards because I love to nibble on them once they're cooked. Okay, so as you can see, I'm using a spoon and something else to turn it over. I think this would look really cute too if you did it with those little baby Cornish hens. I think that would be really cute too, to do it with some Cornish hens. I did do this recipe too with some chicken wings. So now we're adding our marinade, guys. This is on medium-high heat when we're searing the bird, okay? Now we're going to bring this down to about, I would say, medium heat, okay? And we are pouring our marinade in this. And we're going to do this. We're going to turn the chicken again, breast side down. So every 15 minutes, my loves, we got to we got to turn this. And we're going to cook this for a total of 45 minutes to an hour cooking time, depending on the size of your bird. And now I'm adding some water. Okay, we're going to add about cup and a half of water. Okay, and we're going to cover that. And every 15 minutes, we're going to come back and we're going to turn the chicken. Okay, so this is 15 minutes later. Okay, and now we're going to turn the chicken on its back. Okay, so, you know, this was quite interesting. I did like this dish. I really liked this dish when we made it. It was really, really good. Of course, you know, depending on the size of your bird, you know, you got to turn it. But, you know, good cooking. Sometimes, you know, it's good to try different foods. It's always good to try different foods. So what's going to happen, my loves, is that this liquid in here, the marinade, is gonna reduce, and when it keeps reducing, it's going to get richer and it's going to get thicker. So we're covering it again, slightly covered, and this is again 15 minutes, and I'm going to turn the chicken again. I'm trying to be cute and use these heavy tongs, but no, I said, you know what? It's not working, so. So as you can see, the broth is getting a little bit thicker and it's getting richer because we're reducing it, okay? So now we're going to flip it again. Listen, this is how I saw it. I did make my minor adjustments to it. Like I said, that's what cooking's about, you know. All right, so now as you can see, that sauce is getting richer and I don't know the exact Asian name for this. When I saw this, they called it pan fried roasted chicken. And I get it. I understand the concept. So now, 15 minutes later again, you see how dark and rich the sauce got? Now we're going to flip it again. And this might look like a lot of work, but you know, for those of y'all who don't mind cooking and you want to try this, definitely do. Now, as you can see, the sauce reduced. It got darker, it got richer, it got thicker. And now, what we're going to do now is that we are going to keep basting our bird. That's what we're going to keep doing now. We're going to keep basting it, okay? And as you can see, it got the color of the soy sauce. Now, again, I'm going to say this again. The recipe did call for a half a cup of soy sauce. It didn't bother me, but for those of y'all who are concerned about your salt intake, it wasn't salty. It might appear like that for me. But if you do want to watch your salt intake, what you can do, just use a quarter of a cup of light soy sauce and a quarter of a cup of dark soy sauce, which will equal a half a cup of soy sauce. Okay, so that will cut down if you're concerned about that, because I get it. I understand. Okay? And if you can't find, if you, like again, it did ask for lemon juice, but I didn't use lemon juice because my husband is allergic to it. But as you can see, we're just basting our bird. Look at that beautiful color. The total cooking time for this should be 45 minutes to an hour. Okay, and at this time, you're just basting it with that beautiful sauce that has the ginger and the garlic and all those beautiful flavors. And my loves, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do so. Press that notification bell, because I want you to receive all these weekly recipes that I'll be putting out. And don't forget to like, share, let everybody know, okay, that Miss Jackie's cooking, okay? Look at that beautiful, rich sauce. Look at that. I really love experimenting with all kinds of foods. Like I mentioned before, when I did a video in the beginning when I was starting this channel, I did mention to everybody that I love trying different foods and fusing flavors. So look at this, okay? So this is our bird, okay? Look at that. She's pretty. Look at that. Look at that. And it's so juicy. The flavors got in it, absorbed into that chicken with the marinade, okay, with that beautiful brown, dark brown color. Absolutely delicious. Okay, so now we're gonna add the remaining of this sauce. And I do think there is a dipping sauce you can use with this as well. But if you want to make a dipping sauce, you know, a little rice wine vinegar with some soy sauce, some chopped scallion would work fine. They have a name for the sauce, but I'm not going to give it to you because I don't remember the name of the sauce. But again, this is our beautiful bird. For a nice dipping sauce, of course, like I mentioned, some soy sauce, a little rice wine vinegar, some scallions cut into it. You know, that'll make a nice dipping sauce too. Okay, and of course, I'm cutting. This is for my husband. This is my husband's plate. Okay, and I'm preparing his plate first because he is the birthday boy. And he loves the quarter thigh, and I'm giving him that wing. This is just so juicy. I love the color. I love the richness of that sauce. He wanted it with macaroni and cheese. Listen, I don't understand the combo, but it worked. Look at my mac and cheese, y'all. Yes, exactly. With some collard greens. He's Southern, you know, so I You know, I'm international. I cook all kinds of foods, okay? He got his beautiful pan-fried roasted chicken with some delicious cheesy mac and cheese with some collard greens. Now, this is my plate, so of course I'm going to taste this and let you know how delicious it is. And of course, it's juicy, well marinated. Like I said, a minimum of 3 hours to marinate this beautiful bird. And overnight is always the best, but a minimum of 3 hours. It's so delicious. You could serve it with a simple salad on the side. You could have it with some nice rice. The sauce was absolutely delicious, and I really enjoyed this, and I hope you do too. Okay, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.